Didn't see you there. I always wanted to do that in a video. Anyways, hey, what's up? Hello. Seen your pretty face soon as you walked in the video. Welcome to a 24-hour reading challenge that kind of went left, but I don't want to say it went wrong because it went right. Anyways, yeah, I tried to read just holiday books for 24 hours because I had a couple on my list. Still have a couple left, but that's what I did for 24 straight hours. Hope y'all enjoy. I'm feeling a little bit of decision fatigue and I don't want to start the timer until I make a decision because it's gonna waste some of my time. Okay, after some careful consideration, I've decided to start with The Mistletoe Bet by Marin Moore because it's a novella and it's only 133 pages. So I feel like getting a quick win will put me kind of like in my mojo, you know? So I'm going to read that on my Kindle first. And then I think I'm going to do my physical books because we're trying to clear a physical TBR, you know? Next Christmas, I'm not all alone. Santa, tell me. I got the Christmas jingles in my head. Anyways, as you see, we've moved locations. I wanted to get cozy and comfy. Hopefully, I'm not too comfortable where I fall asleep. But I have the Mistletoe Bet loaded up on my Kindle. I got my cozy Christmas blanket. I made a hot chocolate in my cute little Christmas mug. And I have a candle. And I also put up a little Christmas ambiance. So we are going to have that just to set the mood. It does have music, but I'm going to pause it because I think I saw that this book has a playlist. So I'm thinking about maybe playing the playlist while I read the book just to give myself the mood, you know, like it's in the table of contents. It says playlist here. So we'll see. Basically this book is, I hope it's good because they have two other books in this like Strawberry Hollow series. Basically the main character, I already forgot her name, she goes home for the holidays to a place called Strawberry Hollow and she bumps into her old like childhood crush. And she hates everything about Christmas. He loves everything about Christmas. And one day they find themselves under the mistletoe and they come up with this like bet together. And the bet is that he has 7 days to get her to like Christmas. So that's the romance. I feel like that's always how I end every romance. Every time I describe a romance, I'm always like, and then they fall in love. So, I mean, that's what it is, right? But we'll see. I am going to start a timer. I will not be pausing the timer. I'm just going to let it run. I'm not going to, like, I am going to stay up, like, as long as I feel like it, but I'm not going to stay up all night. I do want to sleep, and then tomorrow I do have to go feed my friend's cats, but it's like a 2-hour train ride, so I'll be able to like read on the train and on my way there feed the cats and then read on the train on my way back. So I don't think that it will really make much of a difference in the reading challenge, but we'll see. And then I'll be ending tomorrow right around this time. It's nighttime, so I'm hoping that the fact that I have the entire day to read will help me. And the maximum books I've ever read on a 24-hour reading challenge is 3. But this is a novella and it's only 100 pages, 113-ish pages. So I feel like, I always say this, that I'm hopeful that I could do more than 3, but we'll see. Anyways, let's get started. We are starting the timer now. I just had to pause because I already have an inkling that I'm going to hate this book. I read the dedication page, and she's basically saying that this book is a. It says, for all my ho ho ho's who made the naughty list and wish that Hallmark movies came with spice. XO Santa. And then you go into the next page, and there's a note, and she's talking about this book is to make you feel. Wait, whoa. This book is meant to make you feel like you're watching a beloved Hallmark movie, but add in all the things we never got. Wink face. We all know I'm not a fan of spice, and if that's the whole point of this book, then I'm a little sad about that, but hopefully it's not overbearing. Okay, we just passed the hour mark. I'm on chapter 3, so I am about 32% of this book, and I'm getting sleepy. It was a long day, and I was really sick this week, so I wasn't sleeping a lot, and it makes sense that I'm tired, but I still have my vision, so I'm gonna try to read as long as possible until I fall asleep. I'm not enjoying this at all. I'm I'm not gonna say that it's like, oh my god, this is so horrible, but I feel like the dialogue doesn't feel very authentic. Like, it feels forced. Like, she's trying to sound like what a person would sound like. So that's a little odd to me. Like, it just kind of stands out. It's like it just doesn't feel right. And then on top of that, the writing itself, like, there's nothing that stands out about this book. I know she's saying like it's supposed to be like a typical Hallmark movie, and I can see those things, right? Like, you have the Fortune 500 girl, and then you have the like small town guy, and her childhood crush. He's her brother's best friend, so it feels like forbidden. Like, she gets to his house and they're gonna decorate the tree, and he's like, what did you tell your brother when he dropped you off? She's like, oh, I just told him I'm helping you with some marketing stuff, even though the brother hasn't like shown any signs of like why he would be adverse to the thing at all. And actually he's like preoccupied with his like girl, which I think is, she said, his fiance, or I don't know what. Anyways, um just odd choices. It's just everything is very like textbook Hallmark romance, and there's like nothing really like making this like any different. And I know she said that this is meant to be like your typical Hallmark, but with like the spice, I guess, that like you always wanted. But I don't know, it just almost feels like too like exact, and the writing is very like simple. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just not seeing it, and there's nothing really like keeping me like wanting to read it. I also feel like the bet that they made, it just felt like random. Like, there was no reason for him to really make that bet, or for her, and they like just did it. And he's now like on day one of trying to show her like how Christmas can be great, and so far they went and picked out his tree, and now they're decorating it. Like, it feels like you're just using her to help you get ready for the holidays. We'll see. Okay, friends, I have just finished the mistletoe bet. It's been a little over 2 hours. My thing reset for some reason. So, like, an hour ago, I had to, like, start it over. It's fine. I just have to remember at the end that I'm going to 23 hours, not 24. Anyways, I hated this book. I was gonna give it 2 stars because, like, there's some books that I'm like, oh my god, I just, like, I cannot get through this. This one, like, I was kind of like, okay, I could get through it. But then I read this one line that just, like, it really stressed me out. That's all I can say. It stressed me out. Um, I ended up giving it 1 star. I felt like the dialogue was unrealistic. I took a screenshot for you of some of the dialogue so you can see. Like, I just truly did not think that this is how people talk. It's just so odd to me. And there was nothing special about the story at all. Like, I couldn't find a redeeming quality about this book. There's nothing that he actually did to, like, actually convince her. They just did all of, like, the very stereotypical winter activities, like putting up a Christmas tree, ice skating, making cookies. I don't even, like, feel that they fell in love. Ooh, felt like they were falling in lust. And don't even get me started on, oh my gosh, I'm gonna throw up thinking about some things that I read in the spicy scenes. Like, truly, I never want to hear about anyone's juices. I'm just gonna leave it at that. And I'm just gonna move on to another book because this is really stressing me out. Okay, so for my second book, I think I'm gonna end up reading The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Allie Carter. This book says that basically it's Knives Out, but a rom-com with a rivals to lovers Christmas twist. So it's a Christmas romance mystery, whatever that means. Not something I've ever experienced before. It says that the bridge is out, the phones are down, and, like, one of the most famous mystery writers in the world disappeared. Um, 3 days after Christmas. 3 days before Christmas. And then basically, these two people who hate each other, um, he writes cozy mystery. No, she writes cozy mysteries. He writes thrillers. They both get invited to this Christmas party, and then the girl who invited them basically also disappears or something like that, and then they get snowed into this party, and they kind of have to figure out what happened to the host together, and that's it. Honestly, I really thought about this, and I didn't read the description of this book. I had seen it on Amazon when I was, like, just browsing stuff, and it looked cool, and then when I saw it was on Book of the Month, I said that's gonna be it. So, thinking about this description, I don't think it's something that I would have picked up. But we're gonna hope that it's good because I had high hopes for this cover and mostly the name of the book. Bonjour! The Christmas song of the moment is Mistletoe by J. Beebs. That's what stuck in my head. Especially the little part where he's like, it's the most beautiful time of the year. Lights fill the streets, filled with so much cheer. I could be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Okay, y'all don't come here to hear my horrible scene. It is extremely late in the day. Yeah, I woke up like 2 hours ago and continued this. I'm a good third of the way through this book. I will say that at first I wasn't really enjoying it. It felt kind of like a little corny, and then also I do still feel that the description that I read is not quite what's happening. I wouldn't say it's like a lie, but it's not quite what's going on. So that was a little bit annoying for me. But once I got over that, I'm like, okay, I'm a little curious to see what's gonna happen. Right now we're really just meeting characters, and the two main characters that are supposed to be enemies. I wouldn't say they're enemies. They are like people who know each other in passing, are in the same industry, and then she has like developed in her head this like idea that he's like the most annoying person in the entire universe. And he doesn't seem to think anything bad about her. So, like, I wouldn't say that they're enemies, but definitely not friends. And that's all I got for you. I am all ready because I'm gonna go sit in a coffee shop and read a few more chapters of this book while I eat brekkie. Even though it's afternoon, but I'm still gonna eat breakfast. And then once I eat breakfast, I am going to hit that 2-hour train ride to Brooklyn to go feed my friend's cats. And I'm hoping that because I have 2 hours to get there and then 2 hours to come back, that will be enough time for me to finish this book. Of course, I'm gonna take you with me, but just, we'll see what happens. And then that is like 4 to 5 hours of my life. I'll have maybe like 3 hours left when I get back, and I'm hoping to pick up like maybe another quick book when I do that. That's the plan. We'll see what happens. It's so cold, and I've been traveling for so long. Ooh, look at this house. My book is getting good, and I thought I was going to give y'all an update, but my fingers are freezing, so we're just going to get where we're going. This wasn't part of the plan, but my train was going express and it skipped my stop, and I ended up in Union Square. And you know what's in Union Square? That giant Barnes & Noble. So it's giving. We're pausing the timer. We're pausing this plan, or maybe we'll sit and read in Barnes & Noble. Either way, we're going. Also, I think that the holiday market is open, so plot twist. There's a girl who I keep running into, and she is talking about Ariadne, which is one of my favorite books of all time. And she's just going on and on and on about how the book is so horrible and it put her in a slump and it took her 2 months to read. And I just I want to fight, but I don't want to be that girl. odd angle, but I have you on a tissue box. I am getting ready to eat, and then I'm going to start the timer. I have like 45 minutes left, and then I think I'm going to spend the evening watching some kind of Christmas movie, like, you know, like a Hallmark rom-com, just to like end the day on like a really Christmassy vibe, because I'm feeling all the Christmas vibes. I feel like I had the best day ever by myself today. It was fantastic. The reads were good. I ended up really liking The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. I'm gonna give it 4 stars. Once we got into like the like Knives Out-ish like mystery vibes, I really started to enjoy it. I could see like the quippy little like jokes and stuff. They weren't like laugh out loud funny, but they were like laugh in your head funny, you know? And once the characters like got over the weird like I hate you thing and they started working together, I actually started to really enjoy the romance part of it too. Even though I want to say something, it is technically a spoiler. I don't think that it really ruins anything because it's a romance book. But if you're not interested in hearing what happens, skip until you see the yellow background. Go away. Okay, spoiler in 3, 2, 1, go. My good sis, you're telling me that you just got hit in the head, you're bleeding, someone is after you and trying to unalive you, and you have time to get down and dirty in an underground tunnel while you're escaping from the unaliver? Be so for real. Be so for real. Anyways, like I said, I don't think that's like a huge spoiler, but I just thought that was crazy and ridiculous and like what the French toast. But I did really enjoy like the whole like murder mystery vibe of this book. And I will say it was a quick read because it had really fast really short chapters. So you got through it very quickly. And that's it. And honestly, I thought it was really funny. I finished the book, closed it, opened my backpack, and pulled out the next book, which is The Holiday Honeymoon Switch by Julia McKay. And the guy sitting next to me on the bus was truly baffled. He was like, what? That's the tea. Also, odd thing that happened on the elevator while I was leaving my house earlier. So there's this guy, he's like the porter, he does like maintenance and whatever in my building. And then there's this like old lady who lives in a building, I think like a few floors down from me. She sometimes when she's bored and has nothing to do, she picks up the packages downstairs and she comes and delivers them to our like apartments. So the porter, there was a girl getting out the elevator. She got a big badonk, and he was looking at it like, and the old lady was like, dang, like, why don't you look at me like that? Oh my goodness. And then she gets out the elevator, was like commenting like, oh, I want you to look at me like that, you know, I could like take you out with something or whatever. And he like laughs it off. She gets off the elevator, and then he's like, she's crazy. I don't want her to be telling me stuff like that. I want you to be telling me stuff like that. And I'm like, how'd I get involved? That's the tea. Anyways, I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna come check back in and show you guys what I got, because it was a really successful Barnes & Noble day. Then we'll read for the last 45 minutes of this vlog. Or challenge, I guess. It's the most wonderful crime of the year. Should we make a playlist out of all the songs I've sung in this vlog? Okay, so I was so happy at Barnes & Noble because when I had my membership renewed, they usually give you a free tote bag. So I went to go get my tote bag because mine renews online automatically, and they wouldn't give me one. They were like, no, you already got yours. And I'm like, how? They're like, when you renewed it. And I'm like, I didn't renew it. It does it by itself. Please explain. The math is not mathing, lady. She wouldn't give it to me. Anyways, when I went today, the guy was like, hey, you have a free tote bag. And this is the one I got. Wee-hee. I've been wanting this bag all year. And he also gave me a free little book plate sticker labels. I don't even know what that means, but the back is really cute. Oh, I guess like you can fold it up into like a little book. Anyways, there's that. I got one book because I'm on a book buying ban. You know, I've bought a lot of books lately and I loaded up my Kindle, but How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. You know, I've been eyeing this bad boy. So I had to get it. I'm going to live my best life, hopefully, reading this, because this cover was giving. I'm trying to do this thing where I only buy books if I know I'm going to enjoy them. Like, you know, like do a little preview first of the book. But this cover, I knew I needed to have. I just had to have it. So I got it. I'm excited. With the crinkles and whatever. Anyways, then I got this Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory bookmark, which I don't think you can see well, but it's just like the golden, oh, it's upside down. It's the golden ticket that Charlie gets, and that gets him into the chocolate factory. And then I got this bow bookmark. I think you like put it over the book or something. I'll definitely be using this as I read How My Neighbor Stole Christmas. But anyways, I think you just kind of put one side of the bow in the book and then the other part like hangs over the book, and it's not coming out, so I guess I'm not going to show y'all the full thing. So that's everything I got at Barnes & Noble. And then I went into the holiday market at Union Square, and I did get some farm fresh from Breezy Hill Orchard homemade apple cider donuts. I look forward to apple cider donuts every fall. They're literally my favorite thing ever, and I'm gonna heat these up and drink them with a little bit of milk, and it's gonna be the greatest time of my life. And now we get into the holiday honeymoon switch, because that was all I got. I was well behaved. The holiday honeymoon switch, I think that so basically Holly and Ivy, very Christmassy names, they're besties, and then Holly's fiance like jilts her and leaves her with a non-refundable honeymoon. So Holly convinces Ivy to switch with her. So then Ivy goes on her honeymoon, not with her. I confused myself. Ivy goes on her honeymoon while Holly goes to Ivy's Hudson Valley cabin. And then I guess they both find love. Let's hope so, because I forgot the rest of the book. We got 40 minutes. Let's get into it. Okay, friends, it's been 45 minutes. The tea is I am on page 13. I got that song stuck in my head, the Britney Spears song, the Santa, that's my only wish this year. So then I went to the interwebs to play the song, and then it was just downhill from there. It's okay, we tried. We made it to like 2 and a little bit of a third book, and we also had a really fun side quest. So I'll take today's win. I'm gonna watch the new Lindsay Lohan Christmas movie. I hope y'all enjoyed this. If you did, Smash that like button. If you want to join this family, smash the subscribe button. I'll see you all when I see you next. Bye.